Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This week's news video covers from the 15th to the 22nd of March. To go with the news, there is footage from Thurne, Reedham. It was extremely quiet, I only actually saw one boat go past. I went to Heigham to see Sarah and Ben, and they've taken on holiday with them their cat Comet, who hasn't quite got used to the boat yet, but he is adorable and you'll see more of him later on. And I went to Ludham, where it's exciting. There's going to be a new water point. The other one blew over in the storms we had, endless storms. If you're new here, I'm Lisa. Thank you for visiting my channel. There are timestamps to go with this video, so you can go through to any of the different places should you wish to do so, or read the different newspaper articles, or, skip from one to the other. And I often ask in my videos, whatever I ask, whatever it might be. Last week it was about water skiing, and so many of you wrote where there was water skiing. Somebody sent me a map, so I'm going to be sharing all those things from Friday's and Sunday's video, because I am so grateful that you inform me of all the things I don't know, and it's nice to share and go back, to what people have said, because otherwise I've moved on to the next video and there might be people wondering, well, what information have I missed out on? Where can you water ski? I know I keep saying water skiing, but I ask you every week different questions. It's the only way you learn, isn't it? Julie posted a fantastic video to my YouTube account on a well-known site, so you can have a look for it there. It's the same name as I always use. I also mentioned how I have different people watching from all over the world, and I mentioned Australia, and some of you have written and said where you are from. So somebody said they're from Sedgley, and SW said she's a mile up the road from where I was filming. Thank you to everybody who wrote comments and sent videos. It's very much appreciated. Let's have a couple of news articles now, shall we? The bridge, Herring Bridge, the brand new 121 million bridge, which opened probably 6-7 weeks ago now. It is broken and it is shut indefinitely. They need to find the fault. Well, I think that's been established, and they're now waiting for a piece to repair the bridge to come from Germany. Apparently, it's been fixed. It should be open by the time you read this. A new trap is being designed to try and stop the spread of an invasive crab, a Chinese mitten crab, found in East Asia and introduced to the UK in 1935. They have now spread to rivers, canals and estuaries across the country. Further details about this story can be found by clicking on the title of this video. 58 years ago, there was a fire in the underground R3 bunker at RAF Neatishead. It burned for 9 days before it was finally extinguished. Due to the secret nature of this bunker, the fire crews weren't familiar with the area where the fire was. Sadly, 3 firemen lost their lives in the blaze. A memorial plaque and fire brigade poppy wreath in memory of the 3 men has been moved from the bunker to a room in the RAF Defence Air Radar Museum at RAF Neatishead. 7 of the prettiest spots to visit in the Norfolk Broads are listed as St.Benets Abbey, Thurne Mill, the Water's Edge Inn, Houghton Hall Gardens, Hickling Broad, How Hill and Wroxham. So shall we go and have a look at Thurne next? Do you remember when I was last filming here at Thurne, I walked past the pumping station and it was all like white foamy stuff pumping out. So now it's got markers there and clearly needs to be repaired. And a repair going on the opposite side from the pumping station, possibly to the quay heading at a guess. So number 2 in the list of 7 of the prettiest spots to visit in the Norfolk Broads is Thurne Mill. And it certainly deserves its place to be in the top 7. I do actually have a playlist for Thurne. I filmed inside the mill, if you'd like to watch that video. And there's when the pumping station had all the white foam going into the river. That video is in that playlist as well. If you look at the top of the sails, there's a plane flying across, which is what I was trying to film, but I left my memory card for my camera at home. So all this is filmed on my iPhone today. I am the only person visiting here at this present time. I'm sure there's been others this morning or after I left, but while I'm here, I'm the only one. So shall we just sit and have a look and see how pretty number 2 on the list is? Because it is. And imagine this in the height of the summer when this dike is absolutely full of boats. But today it's just this day boat. I'm glad she threw the rope in because at one point I thought she was going to be in the river. Luckily she wasn't. But they were fine. They turned the boat round and moored up and absolutely fine. It is quite windy here, although it doesn't look it. But if I leave in the wind sound, you won't thank me for that. So I've just taken the sound out. And of course the sun is low and shining brightly across the river. I quite like that though. But it just makes it look as though it's later in the day than it really is. Have you ever wondered how places get their names? Thurne, for instance. I'll start with here. What do you think Thurne means? Thorn bush. How about Reedham? Clues in the name really, isn't it? Reedy village. Or reedy hemmed in land, apparently. How about Potter Heigham? Well, Heigham means hedge village, but there is evidence of a pottery once being in the village, so Potter was added. Potter Heigham. I've heard it be called Heigham, Potter Heigham. Some people maintain it's Potterham, as in Potter Ham. I call it Potter Heigham, or shorten it to just Potter, as I think several people locally do. How about Ludham? How do you think it might get its name? I would never have guessed in a million years, to be honest. Apparently, in Old English, it means Luder's village. So when a village has ham in it, that means home off. So Martham, for instance, means home off the martins, as in pine martins. I'm sure I read somewhere that about 100 years ago, polecats or pine martens used to be in amongst the marshes on the Broads, but they were eradicated, as I say, about 100 years ago. If you know any different, as always, do let me know. If you're enjoying today's video, perhaps you could give it a like for me. If you haven't already done so, perhaps you'd like to subscribe to my channel. Also, these two things help my channel grow and reach a greater audience. And if you're new to my channel, that's probably how you've discovered me, by others sharing the videos, liking them and subscribing. Thank you, everybody. We'll just watch this cruiser, a dayboat, the man cutting the grass, and then I'll tell you a bit more of this week's news, and then we'll be off to Ludham. At least now with the man here doing the grass, there is someone else here. As you can see, there is no one else. It's deserted. Lovely sunny day. The Spanish tall ship Galeon Andalucia is to dock along South Quay in Great Yarmouth between May the 28th until June the 9th. It is a replica of a 17th century Spanish galleon, and it is a floating museum. The 12th to the 14th of July, Eastwood Whelpton are holding a ladies' Wellbeing weekend on the water. You don't need to be able to sail, you simply need a love of the great outdoors. Further details are in the write-up for this video. Now I'm at Ludham. Don't see it very often, but I have filmed this boat before. It's got such a distinctive logo on the front. Do you remember from September onwards, we had endless storms. The wind was so strong it blew the water point over. And at last, now the weather has eased, a new one is being installed. I'll let you know when it's complete. 4 subscribers came and said hello to me today. The first gentleman I spoke to for ages, and unfortunately, I can't remember his name. Isn't that awful? He did tell me, so I'm feeling very guilty about that. But he belongs to the Broad Society, so we were chatting about that. Then Stephen turned up to say hello. You'll know him from my lives because it's him who has Pip, his dog. So thank you, Stephen, for coming and saying hello. And then Wendy and Graham, they came and said hello too. And we spent ages talking about air fryers, as you do, beside the river. It was wonderful. Thank you to every one of you who took the time to come over and say hello. So kind of you. Thank you. It was quite funny actually, because they all seemed to realise when a boat was approaching and I needed to film it. But they spotted the boats way before I did. Graham and Wendy also have a YouTube channel. So, of course, naturally, we discuss the joys of filming and posting and uploading and everything that gets done behind the scenes that you as a viewer wouldn't normally see. It's far more complicated than people realise, but it's also great fun. But the thing that always fascinates me is when people know my videos and can remember things in my videos that I filmed going back, several years. And I'm racking my brain and I'm thinking, gosh, where was that? Which video? Obviously, I've got 2,000 odd videos. I can't remember every single one. I mostly can remember them. But when your subscribers know your videos better than you do, I find it hilarious. I really do. They're just waving on the back of the boat to us all, look. It's also lovely when you hear that people have used your videos to find certain places, to visit them and go and see them for themselves, or they've learnt how to get to a certain place from watching my videos. That's what Graham was saying today anyway, that, he's found places that way. That's wonderful. That just makes my day when I hear that, because that is what I want to achieve. I want to show people that, yes, the rivers are fantastic. They really are. And I love them as much as everybody else does. But I also try and show that there are lots of hidden gems within the Norfolk Broads area that are also worth visiting. And so when I hear that somebody has actually gone and visited, or like SW, she's visited so many of the walks that I've recorded, and she takes her dogs just to discover that all the endless miles I've walked over the years recording these videos for people, they do actually get used, for people to go and explore. It's amazing, it really is. Really makes my day. When I started doing YouTube, that was what I wanted to achieve. Make videos that were useful for people to use to find places. So here we are. Sarah and Ben have hired Swan Romance for the week, and they've taken their cat Comet with them on holiday. I'm now on board, and I get introduced to Comet, who is an adorable fluff ball. He really is. He's still a bit apprehensive of the boat, naturally, because it's all new to him. But look, presently being bribed for his debut on YouTube, but he's not having any of it. Oh, anyone who has a cat knows exactly what they're like. It's typical of a cat. It's why I love cats, because they are such characters. For several years now, I've been visiting Sarah and Ben when they're here on holiday. I always say, I have the best subscribers ever. I really do. And YouTube has been wonderful. I've met so many lovely, kind people. It's also lovely being able to chat to other YouTubers. Ben is on YouTube. And Graham, who I met today, he's on YouTube. It's a common interest, isn't it? And I love hearing all the different things that people post to YouTube, because if you love something, you can guarantee others will too. You can pick the most obscure subject, like my love of rust, for instance. And online, there are lots of people who love rust as much as I do. I'd like to thank you all for watching. I've had great fun filming this video. I really have. It's been brilliant. One of my favourites. And thank you to those of you who kept me company while I filmed today. If only it could be like that every day of the week. Wouldn't that be great? Sarah, Ben and Comet, I hope you've all had a wonderful week on the Broads. I look forward to hearing all about your travels and adventures, and how Comet was, and how long it took for him to settle in properly and be a proper crew member. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you again on Sunday with a new video. From where? I have no idea. Take care of yourselves. Bye for now. Oh, one last thing before I go. Wendy, I cooked tea in the air fryer tonight. You've inspired me. Bye.